Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know I've been off this YouTube channel for a while now, and that's because I am mostly working at school at Texas State University, studying in graphic design to get my degree in game development. So, that also, I want to talk about the other reason why I've been silent on this channel is because mostly I am keeping something secret as far as game development and what is going on with the story, etc. etc. I don't want stuff to get spoiled about the story, the game development, and etc. etc. So, looking back on that decision, I decided that transparency is important and throughout game development so that everyone will be interested in how the progression is going. So, making this video, I'm going to be discussing all the updates that I have going on with the game, some changes, and some updates to my channel I'm going to be making as of today. And yes, I know it's April Fool's. Get over it. This is not a prank. I'm actually trying to make some adjustments to the channel. So, yeah, I know I've been almost gone for a year. I apologize. Looking back on it, transparency is important. So, what I'm going to be discussing is game development, future videos, concepts that I have changed, and what's going on with the game so far. So, with that out the way, let's begin. So as of right now, I'm going to be talking about the game's development. So last July, we were talking about how we're going to discuss the game's development, how we're going to set things out, and with the concept, what we're going for is a hack and slash visual novel type of 3D game that we're still planning to make. That's why on the video you see right now, we have art styles like what we want to do as far as a game. So kind to make the art style interesting, we kind of had to change my art style a little bit. So I'm happy what we have changed because it looks a little bit more classical, like what we're going for. So also, we are trying to also implement that into our models. Now, keep in mind, these models aren't actually ours. These are Vroid's models. We are planning on replacing them in the future. So, maybe like 2 years or 3 years down the line or something amongst that, we are going to change the models. We won't keep them forever. And as far as the school, we are still building the school. As of course, we're still making the school. The school is going to be big. It kind of has that Harry Potter kind of fall vibe with orange leaves falling out, red scenery. It's supposed to be that type of vibe we're going for throughout the images you see of the school inside of the social medias you have seen either last year or through my Discord. So yes, the models, we are almost done on those. The art styles, like the sprites and everything, we are done. As far as story, we're still working on the story of the game, but so far we do got a good concept of its ending. We are close to the end of writing that, and everything else in between we are almost good on. It's just that things we have left on is the coding, the animations, the story, and of course the models. We are still working on all of those, so do keep in mind of how long it's taking. It's either me or a couple of friends working on this project. But as of today, I'm going to call it a passion project because we don't know when it's going to actually be fully released. We do know that we're releasing the first build either 2023 on fall season, probably October, August, or September is when we're releasing it. Because of course, the game is set in the fall and we want to release it during that time so you guys get more of a feeling in that aspect of what the game is about. So that discussed everything as far as the game's planning and how we're going as far as that. We are doing a visual novel, hack and slash kind of detective type of game, and we are still working on it with a couple developers, writers, and other friends that I have. So let's go on to my next topic. And what we're going to talk about in the next topic is going to be the characters and the redesigns and everything else in between. So as far as characters and their redesigns, I redesigned some of the main characters of the story. Y'all can see my redesigns either on the Discord channel and what else, my Twitter or other social medias. But yeah, these social medias have shown redesigns of mainly Jessica Bloodlust and her friend group. Everyone else has been redesigned from handbook to actual digital media. So I'm going to first discuss Jessica Bloodlust and her redesign and Haruto. So for Jessica, her style has been brought to that Disney princess kind of vibe, because after all, she's supposed to be that innocent looking girl, but actually she's a murderous psychopath kind of vibe. Now, I have watched a couple of Calimara's videos, which I'll put up on display, not as as a link, alright? So that kind of got me interested as of what she is talking about throughout Yandere-chan and Yandere Simulator, and I felt that kind of is similar to Yandere-chan. And it's not the whole story and everything like that. I'm talking about the style of Jessica, because after all, what makes Jessica kind of different from Yandere Simulator is that she is more kind of sympathetic kind of feeling. But the thing is, Jessica, when she's pushed to her limits, she will become very, very bloodthirsty. So what we're going with her style is kind of that beautiful, elegant type of style, because that she takes after her mother. Now the hairpin, I also added that to her back of her hair. That's also from her deceased mother, because everything else in between that of her style is the uniform of Grimstone Academy. Now, as far as uniforms at the school, there's going to be 3 different outfits for boys and girls each. So nothing really have changed for Jessica, just a little bit of her personality and a little bit of her hairstyle. And as you can see on her V-Roid model, her hair has changed, her face has changed, including her clothes. So yes, this is the 2023 release redesign for Jessica Bloodlust for the first build of the game. And for Haruto, we had to make a couple adjustments to his hair, because the blonde wasn't working for him. Trust me, the blonde was not working for him. So I changed it to brown. He now has brown hair. He still has his blue eyes and the chest pin and the pins in his hair. So as far as his personality, he's kind of like that absorbing type of personality, kind of like friendship and everything like that. He wants to keep everyone alive. But the sad thing of the story is he can't keep everyone alive as long as there's this one person in the story keeps playing. I'm not going to reveal who in the story is causing all this mischief, but with all this said, Haruto is facing a lot of challenges along with Jessica Bloodlust that makes them come together and try to figure out what the hell is going on at the school. So as far as redesigns, that is about it as redesigns go. Nothing else has mostly changed about the style of the characters besides, let's see, Aiden and the other characters as well. All their styles have been updated to the recent style that we came up with. So yeah, that is everything as far as character redesigns and stuff like that. So with that, I'll discuss the next topic of the video. Alright, and as far as characters go, so far we have 37 characters in this story. Now keep in mind, these 37 characters are actually the students that are a main part of the plot. There are actually more than 37, We're also counting the headmaster, Miss Felicia, and everything else in between, which is almost 50 characters that I had to draw. Some of their hair is so hard to draw that I became frustrated. Like, oh my god, but at the same time, I know it's going to be worth it. Y'all are going to enjoy these characters, and I can't wait to show them to you. I'm going to have a video introducing all the characters in my next video. And as far as that, I'm going to be discussing. Now, next thing I want to talk about in this video is the video progressions that I'm going to be making on this YouTube channel. Now, what I'm going to be discussing is either game development wise or character announcements and what's the story is going to be happening in this game as of now. And if y'all have been keeping up with my YouTube or Discord or whatever social media, I am planning on releasing the story to YouTube first, so y'all get the idea of what's going on in the game and the story and what's going on in this crazy world that Jessica is taking place in. So the story we're going to be discussing in that is kind of like a dark type of fairy tale type of aesthetic we're going for. Now, with that in mind, there are still going to be some subjective subject matter that we are working on in the story. So we are trying to keep some things in check because the story, trust me, the story gets dark. And when I say dark, it gets very dark. And I am trying to my best to make that YouTube appropriate. So when it is ready to get back on YouTube, you'll be ready and y'all can see the full dark story of what's going to take place in this twisted world. So with that, I am going to release the first episode of Jessica Bloodlust Into Madness on YouTube in, let's see, what's it called? In April. Now, the end of April is going to be the first episode release, so y'all can get the first feeling of how this world is going to play out. And we're going to be discussing Soundary Simulator and everything else in between. And with that, we are going to discuss our next subject matter. Alright everyone, and that's everything I want to talk about in this video as far as game development, character changes, and story. So what's going on within my next videos is going to be talking about Yandere Simulator, character development in my story, and other things in the subject matter. Now with that out of the way, I can't wait to look for y'all to look forward to what's going on this channel and the game. And with that, have a bloody good time.
It's been so long.